one kid in class, you know, he had 6 fingers, bro. Like it was like a mutation, you know. He was born with it. So he had three right here and 3 over there, bro. And he told me, man, I can't be beside you for long, bro.
Oh man.
Yeah, it makes class very hard to be in, bro. Like I was like, what? Who gave the 6-finger boy the confidence? I got all 10 of my fingers, man. All 10 of my. Who gave the 6-finger boy the confidence to say this to me, bro?
Oh, man.
I was like, yo, man. So I'm like, yo, and you know how the spider, you know, has like 8 legs or you know, 6 legs. I called him. What did I call that kid, man? I think I called him something similar to a insect or whatever, and the class was hollering, bro.
Man.
Like, there was rolling, like and then like from that moment, bro, like because I was like quiet at first, you know, I was just observing like the place, you know, the classroom, you know, and the things that they were saying. So from that moment, man, like he was really shocked that, you know, that I responded to him. Like I could tell, you know, but it just made me feel so good. I'm like, yeah, okay. This is the beginning. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Gabriel Hoff Jr., and you're listening to the You Are Story podcast, where we bring different people on and they share some things, some experiences they've had in their lives, share some stories they've had. And, you know, by hearing their story, it can help you with yours, which doesn't just affirm the fact that you're part of the story, but affirms the fact that you are the story. And, you know, if you're listening right now, thank you for the support. The encouragement has been a blessing. And, you know, these past few weeks have been great. And, you know, just seeing and hearing the things that people have been saying has been awesome. But if you're listening on any of the streaming platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, make sure to leave a rating, make sure to leave a review. That'll help me out. That'll help this whole platform out, and that'll help put this in the ears of a bunch of other people so they can be, you know, encouraged and inspired too. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on the post notifications bell, turn on the post notification bell, and leave a comment, leave a like on the video. I'd like to hear what y'all have to say about each episode, what y'all think about the podcast as a whole. That'll help out a ton. So I encourage you to do that. And if you're listening and you haven't done those things, what are you doing? You know, help a brother out.
Yeah, man.
All right?
Yeah. You know? Tripping. Help him out right away.
But without further ado, I got a special guest for y'all today. When I started this podcast, I always said that, and I've said this on past episodes too, you know, one of my favorite things, or one of the things I was looking forward to, was bringing family on here, because I come from a really great family. You know, from top to bottom, everybody is, you know, has impacted me in some type of way. And, you know, it's just a blessing to be able to have a great family that I can bring on and just kind of share with y'all what I, you know, not deal with, but, you know, experience on a daily basis. And so, you know, I have one of my cousins on here today. This is a dude who, he's like a celebrity in the family. Every time every time he enters the room, everybody's just like, "Oh, what's up? What's up?"
Man, I try my best. You know what I'm saying?
I got my cousin Tatu here with me. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Man. You know, I just give God the glory for everything, you know, thus far in our lives, you know, because these days, you know, the youth isn't living long, bro. Like, you know, man. So I just, I'm grateful for each and every day, for real.
Yeah, man. And like I said, you're like a celebrity in the family, man. And, you know, just, you know, you're
let that sink in, bro. Like,
this dude, he's one of the funniest people I know, man. From my friends, family, anybody, this dude's one of the funniest people I know, man. What you said is true, though, man. You know, in this generation, we see a lot of, you know, people that are young, that are around our age and stuff like that. And, you know, people that are, you know, they don't get an opportunity to, I guess, experience or reach their potential like they should. And, I think that, us being on here and us both being young, we can be sort of like a inspiration to a lot of people to, help people, help make the right decisions and, do the right things. And, that's what we're here to do, man. Hear these stories and inspire people. So again, I appreciate you for being on here, man.
Oh yeah,
so,
for sure, bro.
I do this on every episode. I always like to say when and how I met people.
Right.
And like I said, with family, it's kind of weird because with family, you like know them your whole life pretty much. But I guess when I first like was old enough to have like a consciousness,
right.
It's like how I kind of like met him like for real the first time was like one of the funniest stories ever. And and you remember?
Yo.
So you would have say it or me?
You can start it. Because I don't really.
Remember the whole thing?
Yeah, like from beginning to end. I just remember, I guess, like what I said.
Yeah. So this was. I forget how old I was,
bro. You was young, bro.
I was young.
Kids, both of us, like
And I forget whose house we were, but I think it was Uncle Lance's. Or
yeah.
I think it was Uncle Lance's or somebody's, but. Yeah, all the cousins, we were just chilling in the room and, just chopping it up like we always do.
Right.
And then I forget if you had already been there or I was in the room or I don't know, but we were both in the room at the time. And, when I was young, I didn't talk much. I just like stared at people. I was just...
and I wasn't like used to that. I mean, we were just meeting, so I didn't know what to expect. But yeah, he was just looking at me. I'm like, bro, what a man looking at me like this for, bro? Yeah, it was like for good, like solid 10 minutes. I was just going, wrong with the kid?
I was just looking at him. And then he says something like, the man enjoying my face. Like,
I was like, man, maybe I'm too cute or something. I don't know what's going on. He's just looking at me for a while. Yeah.
That was funny. And then I think not too long after that, I told my dad. So now my dad brings it up every time. Every time. We're around each other. But yeah, man, the reason I like doing that is because I like to see like, since when I first met somebody, how like close we gotten since then.
Right.
And like at the time you were around the age I am now and I was younger, but now we're both kind of at an age where like we understand each other a lot better and like we're older. We could talk about whatever.
Yeah.
And so, since then, man, like I said, you're like the celebrity, but I'm an honor to be a friend a family and close with the celebrity, man. But man, we've gotten a lot closer since then too. And, even this past the holidays and stuff, we were chopping it up with the family and, all hanging out and stuff.
Yeah.
But one thing I said earlier, you're one of the funniest people I know, man. So is that something that's just natural or is it like you just like seeing people smile, so you're intentional about it? Like, where does that come from?
It's hereditary too. And also, I do like seeing people smile. Like I get like real like inspired, when people laugh at me, like it like my mom side of the family, like they're comedians, bro, like straight comedians, bro, especially my mom, bro, like she had you rolling, man, like the things she just says, man. The things she just says, man, this is how it was just like, what? Bro, like and how, she raised me as well as like incorporating her sense of humor. It was just like, it was real interesting growing up for sure. I would say that. I would say both.
Yeah, and I can tell like it's natural. It's not forced or anything. It's just a part of who you are.
Right.
And
even walking in here, bro, like we just started rolling like all the way into the room, all the way into this room, like just hollering. But it's it's a good sense to have, sense of humor.
Yeah, I hear that, man. And that, I think that's an important thing because, you know, when you can make somebody laugh and not even just laugh, but just put a smile on their face,
right.
Or like just that kind of ingrains in their mind, like an idea of you. And so that's why when I say you're like a celebrity, I think, you know, with you always being in high spirits and, you know, always just open, you know how to be serious, you know how to have that sense of humor, like you said, and, you know, that ingrains in people's minds. So whenever they see you, it's like, oh, you know, I'm already in a better mood. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So whenever you like come to grandma's house or anywhere, it's always like, oh, this day got better, man. Yeah, yeah. You know? And that's important, man, because, you know, that it's like you were saying, you know, I think some people take life too serious. Right. And not saying there's anything wrong with being serious in life, but at the same time, I think it's okay to laugh. It's okay to smile. It's okay to, you know, make a joke sometimes.
Exactly. It helps things out like so much, man, especially, you know, how stressful life already is. Yeah. Just so much that's in this world that can just, you know, take you to a dark place. But laughter is like one of the things that help deter you from that, you know. And personally, you know, the higher power, you know, God, you know, personally. Yeah. So, you know, those two things, God and laughter and happiness, like, it helps so much with all the challenges that comes with life.
Yeah. And I think it's the same. It's kind of the same thing with Christianity too. I remember I was having a conversation with somebody a while ago. I forget who it was, but I forget if I said it or they had said it. Right. My memory's just racing, man. Right. But whatever was brought up was that even though I think a lot of people look at Jesus as like this serious dude, who's just never. People forget, like, yes, Jesus is fully God, but he's fully man too. Exactly. And so him being fully man means he had emotions as well. And I'm sure that he had a sense of humor too. Yeah, I'm sure too. I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, Jesus put one of the disciples' hands in the water and made them pee on themselves or something like that. Like,
you know, something, bro. Like, some type of comedic gold, like all the red letters, you know, what Jesus said. I can only imagine how he said it, you know, like in person. Like I replayed it in my head a lot, like, you know, so. It's definitely something to think about.
Yeah, man. But you mentioned your mom earlier and how, you know, she kind of had that sense of humor and it was ingrained in you. Could you, growing up, is that something you found out later? You know, you kind of look back and you're like, you know, I got this from my mom. Yeah. Or is it something you noticed early on in your life where, you know, let's say you may have gotten in trouble or something. Did she kind of make it a joke? Because you know how my dad is. My dad made everything a joke. Yo. Was your mom kind of the same way where it was like she, not saying she didn't take it seriously, but what was she like kind of find the humor in a lot of things? And that's where, did you notice that early on, or is it kind of something you look back on and you're like, oh, you know, I can see why she was like that?
Right. Well, she was really strict. You know, she was on me and my siblings' tail. We're like making sure we do everything we're supposed to do. You know, growing up in a house, like having that structure, you know, to keep us out of trouble because we all came from Liberia during the war, you know, in the 90s. So So when we got here, not only, you know, our parents was focused on us adapting to America, but also not getting in no trouble in America because we already survived, you know, the storm throughout the war. And this was another like chapter in our journey. So, she, you know, she was just on top of us. My dad, you know, he was more lenient. He would say one thing and then that's it. But you can tell how serious he was once he says that one thing. Like, but my mom, she, you know, incorporated the structure and like the sense of humor too, into one. Yeah. She, you know, is a person that showed a tough love, you know. Yeah, she showed a tough love, and when, you know, we are like doing what we're supposed to do, making good grades, staying out of trouble, you know, respecting our elders and things like that, you would get the laughing, you know, side of her for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And I don't know if I've said this on any of the other episodes, but my family, you know, we're Liberian. We're from West Africa, Liberia. I wasn't born there, but you know, my generation wasn't born there, but like the generations before us, you know, even some of my like my cousin Tatu, some of my other cousins, they were born there.
Yeah.
And, you know, with the Liberian Civil War and everything, that is kind of like the main reason that brought us here to America. And so you had mentioned that, and my family that I've had on here so far, I've had Josh, and then this episode at the time we're recording this hasn't come out yet, but I had Pino and Ebony on here.
Oh, wow, you did?
Yeah, I had them on here a little while ago too. Their episode's coming out soon at the time I'm recording this.
Wow.
But wow. And Pino was born there, but I didn't get into it with Pino yet. So I'm curious, and I think some of the people want to know too, you know, what was your experience like? I guess, what year did you come to America?
I came to America 95, I believe, like February 95. It was about my third birthday. Yeah, that's when we came. Yeah, so I only spent like 2 years there. Yeah, and the rest of my life here. Do
you remember much about it? Or was you too young?
I definitely remember the PTSD. You know, because it wasn't too long until like the experience happened. You know, with the Warriors. So I just remember that. And then when we was already here in America, like July 4th, bro, July 4th was rough, bro. It was a American celebration, but the fireworks, we thought for sure. Yeah. I was like, Dad, take cover. For real, like the PTSD was crazy, man. Crazy, you know. It was something that it took time for us to overcome. We did it as a family though, you know.
So when that first, like getting accustomed to America and everything, was that difficult, or was it kind of one of those things where was it easy to adjust, or besides like the fireworks and, you know, some of the other PTSD, was it difficult?
It wasn't easy to adjust like that. You know, at first we had to learn American English, you know, because we just had Liberian English, like. That's right. So learning American English, how to, you know, properly use grammar here, and as well as, bro, the school experience, bro. Like the school experience, man. True. The American kids, bro. they really molded me, you know, like how I could just fire back my jokes. Like they really. They really gave to me, bro. And then some of the things I put on myself. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't a kid that really brushed my hair like that. Like I ain't wear deodorant like that. Like it was. What else? What else I just put on myself? All my clothes was fitted, you know, like at that time, like bigger clothes was in style, you know, like the big jabots and the big Dickie suits and stuff like that. But my parents was like, what you wear? You don't wear the oversized clothes in this house. We're gonna give you the you know what I'm saying, the well fit Dickie pants for your uniform and a well fit shirt. You know, it's just like that's how a boy's supposed to dress for school. you know. But that man, I got fired on because of that, bro. Yo, it wasn't stopping with the jokes, bro. You know, just being African, you know, going to school here in America, that's an automatic teasing, bro. Automatic teasing. You're gonna get a tease. You're gonna get teased, bro. You know, some of my my African peers, man, they were crying going home, bro. Like the bullying was bad, man. But I was like, man, I gotta really observe, you know, some of the things they saying and really, you know, defend myself verbally. So I just started paying attention to like the things they'll tell me and stuff like that, and you know, I just used it to give myself a better experience in school, and also through that, it helped me make friends too. You know, it's like, yo, you just clown the life at this dude, man. Yo, like, yo, you so cool. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I built friends. You know, throughout life. Yeah.
And that's true though. You know, because I've heard some stories about my mom and my dad.
Yeah.
My mom, she was definitely picked on in school, and you know my mom, she's quiet, she's laid back,
she's real mild mannered.
So and so she didn't really, you know, fire back or say anything. She just kind of sat there. But my dad, so he came here, I think when he was older than my mom when he came here, and so my mom was still young and she was still, you know, getting used to everything. But my dad was a little bit older, and so and, you know, my dad, he's always been the same way. Like, he's just straight shot. Yeah. Even though he makes jokes and everything like that, when he gets serious, he's serious. So he might get mad at me for telling this, but oh well, this is You Are Story. Yeah. So, and I don't remember all the details because it's been a while since he told us, but I think he was on the playground with some of the people, and they may have been playing soccer or football, one of the two, or I don't know. He says football, but I don't know if he meant like American football or you know. Soccer.
Yeah, right, soccer. Yep.
But he was playing football, and I forget what happened, but I think something happened, and you know he was getting an argument with people, I guess, and I think one of them had hit him or something.
Yeah.
And so he got up and he like double punched him in the chest.
What kind of comic book story is this? Man, One Punch Man. Yo, your dad's funny. Wait till I see Uncle Gabriel again, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna tell him.
Yeah,
he's gonna laugh too because he remembers. But I don't remember like the whole story, but the thing I do remember is the double punch.
Yeah,
like Superman punch or something like that.
Yo, man.
But yeah, so I know when you were saying like it was difficult adjusting, I can see that because you know with when you come into America and people aren't used to, you know, the accent, or you know, just like you were saying, the dressing and some other things like that. You know, it can be an adjustment. But
sure,
you were talking about with the jokes and you know, with the roasting and everything.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Do you think that kind of, I guess, do you think experiencing that, I guess, how do I say it? Did that kind of help you to be quick with the witty comments?
Oh my goodness, yes, bro.
Stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, you know, it's coming into school, about like third grade, because from second grade all the way to like pre-kindergarten, like, you know, the kids was nice, you know, they was really nice. You know, we all innocent, you know, just being children, you know, digging up our nose, you know, like, just, you know, spreading germs, like, just being kids, bro. Just being doing kid stuff. About third grade, that's when people started turning into demons, bro. They really, they had no hearts. They didn't know when to stop. So that kind of like turned me a little bit into that too. Yeah, when I go to school. So, like I said, you know, I ain't really brush my hair like that. Like I had Kevin Durant cut my whole life, bro. Like it just nappy, bro. Like I didn't really care about like my appearance like that. All I know, I'm going to school, you know, to make my parents proud, you know, and also to help me too with education. So that's all I was focused on. All the other stuff, man, I had to adapt to it. So he used to call me cornflakes, man. You know, of course the classic African booty scratcher. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a classic. They definitely used to say I smelled, you know, because I wasn't like, you know, using deodorant yet. You know, my dad really put me onto deodorant. He was like, all right, son, like you're sweating a little bit too much, so I'm starting to smell you coming from school. So you know, I will help you out with you know, some deodorant. I'll buy you some and you use it, you know, after you wash and stuff like that. Because I didn't, you know, that wasn't really like on my mind. So yeah. And also, you know, the Mufasa, the Simba, like all the African jokes under the sun, bro. Like beat on the table, you know, bro. Like anything you think they said it, bro. They said it, man. And so like I said, I was just being observant of, you know, the things that they were saying, and then one kid in class, you know, he had 6 fingers, bro. Like it was like a mutation, you know. He was born with it, so he had three right here and 3 over there, bro. And he told me, man, I can't be beside you for long, bro. Like, yeah. Man. Oh man. Yeah, it makes class very hard to be in, bro. Like I was like, what? Who gave the 6-finger boy the confidence? I got all 10 of my fingers, man. All 10 of my. Who gave the 6-finger boy the confidence to say this to me, bro? Oh, man. I was like, yo, man. So I'm like, yo, and you know how the spider, you know, has like 8 legs or you know, 6 legs. I called him what did I call that kid, man? I think insects I called him something similar to an insect or whatever, and the class was hollering, bro. Man, like, there was rolling, like and then like from that moment, bro, like because I was like quiet at first, you know, I was just observing like the place, you know, the classroom, you know, and the things that they were saying. So from that moment, man, like he was really shocked that, you know, that I responded to him. Like I could tell, you know, but it just made me feel so good. I'm like, yeah, okay. This is the beginning. Yeah. And from then on, you know, I like from that moment I made like 2 friends, you know, from that moment right there. He was like, bro, that was so funny, man. Like, you know, and I did get in trouble by the teacher or whatever. Like he was like, hey, if somebody is, you know, picking on you, make sure you tell me or whatever. You know, you don't have to respond, you know, and stuff like that. But I ain't listening. I still respond. I still responded, bro. Yeah.
Nah, that's crazy because I had something similar like that happen to me in, I think it was 7th grade. Cause I'm still quiet now.
Right.
But
you definitely speak more. Yeah.
But in school, like elementary school and, you know, preschool and up until like 6th grade, I was quiet. Mm-hmm. I had a lot of friends, and in elementary school, you know, I was, you know, a lot of the teachers like me. I had a lot of friends, but I didn't talk that much. And in class, I didn't talk that much either. But 7th grade, and I don't remember what it was. I used to sit behind this one girl, and I didn't have like a crush on her or anything.
Right.
But we would work together on a lot of the assignments, or, you know, just kind of help each other out in class and talk in the middle of class and stuff. And like I said, I was quiet. And one day I said something funny. I didn't even think it was funny. And then she just laughing like the rest of the class, the rest of the day.
Right.
And so from that point on, I was like, okay, I'm funnier than I thought.
Yeah.
I was quiet. I didn't talk. So I was like, I know nobody cares. But I said something. I forget what it was. I wish I remember. I said something funny and she was laughing.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, like I was just being, I wouldn't say I was a class clown, but I would be like, just say stuff funny.
Yeah.
And like people would just laugh. And it got me in trouble sometimes, not too much, because almost all the teachers I've had, they've, liked me because I was a good student. But,
definitely, yeah.
It would make them laugh and stuff. So it's crazy that you said that, because that's similar to what happened to me too.
Yeah.
And you said from that point on, you just kept responding.
Yeah, yeah.
So is that would you say that's like, I guess, seeing everybody's reaction and laughing, even though it was calling the dude the the Beetle or something, Beetlejuice, something like that,
yeah, man.
Would you say that kind of like that was did you know that you were able to, I don't even want to say make laugh, but just put a smile on people's face? Like, did you realize that that's something that you could do before then? Or was it after that where you were like, oh, this is a good feeling and I want to keep feeling this feeling, so let me keep, making people laugh. Let me keep putting smiles on people's faces. Let me keep, brightening up people's days and stuff. Right. Was that the moment where that kind of like took off for you?
Yeah. At that moment, that made my schooling like a whole lot smoother, through 3rd to 5th grade. Like I could actually just focus on being a student, man. Like, though some of the stuff, though it was a lot more moments, in the cafeteria, all this kind of stuff. I remember it was a particular classmate. He always had my back, man. Like, and through that, come back with the 6-finger kid. He was like my friend at that point, and he always looked out for me. So even when I wasn't wearing deodorant yet, after I said that joke to him, so I was still giving people a reason, what I mean? And I still wasn't brushing my hair. So I still gave people a reason to come after me or whatever. But he definitely helped. He was like, man, chill, man. Like he's still trying to figure this out or whatever. Yeah, I remember his name was Prince Tribble. I haven't seen him since elementary school, but yeah, he was a real one. He always looked out for me or whatever, and thanks to him, things didn't escalate from just, verbal,
Yeah. And it's kind of like it's kind of like one of those things where I'm not going to say it's good to come back at people. Right. But at the same time, I think when you kind of stand your ground. Yeah. And and you obviously, you were saying like it was a joke. So it wasn't even like you were doing something wrong. Right. Were you? Yeah. Oh, not to cut you off. Right. It brought something else to mind. Yeah, I just lost it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally just lost it. No. I was just supposed to let you talk and then say after. But yeah. But continue what you were saying. Yeah, it'll come back. You can cut me off whenever, man. All right. But what I was saying was I think, when you showed the ability to, stand your ground, right? And, not be afraid of what anybody else will say, or just kind of, even if everybody is looking at you some type of way, if you just, stay who you are, then you'll earn that respect. And, they say like respect is earned, it's not given. Yeah. And, a lot of the kids, that you were describing, it seemed like they weren't necessarily respecting you at the time. Yeah. But once you made that, that remark and everybody was laughing, it's like, oh, this dude, he's cool. He's cool. Exactly. He's a cool guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a cool guy. But I wasn't, really doing it to gain respect. It just like,
it just came naturally, you know. Yeah, I wasn't trying to, you know, be this person to be the most respected or whatever. I just trying to go to school, bro. Yeah. That's all. And through that experience, it just made that easier. So yeah, from third to fifth grade, like that was the experience. And then sixth grade, that's when I started to care about, you know, how I looked. You know, sixth grade, we had just moved out of the Triforce Apartments to University area, you know, in Charlotte, and So as soon as I got to sixth grade, it was like probably like 2-3 weeks. I made friends with this Asian kid. He was like a small Asian kid, like he was short. You know, my growth spurt was early, so I was like really tall. Like I usually was the tallest in the class. And so yeah, me and the Asian kid, you know, we definitely had, you know, things in common with both immigrants. You know, him and his family was from Japan, and you know, our family now we from Africa. So yeah, we definitely had, you know, similarities, and you know, we just you know, connected well. So, and he was very, very smart. Yeah, very, very smart. Like he helped me out so many times with schoolwork. So I definitely felt like he earned my protection. You know what I'm saying? Like if he get clowned, I'm gonna be there to help him. You know. Yeah. So yeah, he was getting bullied though. You know, he was getting bullied by like 6 other black boys. You know, they was just bullying him every day, bro. I'm like, what's this? You know. So we had they had one in the bathroom. It was like you know how we used to line up to go to the cafeteria like as a group. You know, the class was doing that, and we was just using the bathroom before, you know, we went back to class after lunch. And so they, like the 6 black boys and my Asian friend, they went in the bathroom first. I was still in line waiting because they don't want the bathroom to get too full, so they'll let you know, a certain amount of people go in at a time. And you know, they went in there, and it was taking some time. I was like, okay. So I went in there next. They were still in there, and then when I got in there, they was beating the kid up. You know, I was like, yeah, bro, I was beating the kid, jumping the kid, man. 6, you know, boys is jumping one person. I was like, wow. You know? And then it was my friend, so you know, I felt obligated to jump in. You know, that was my first fight ever in school, bro. Like I wasn't, you know, a kid that fought like that. Like I was my first fight ever. Went in there, just started, you know, just started swinging, bro. Like I didn't care what I hit. I just was swinging. I hit the sink, like the stall. I was just throwing hands, bro. No direction. Yeah. Dude, so once they saw that, this boy just swinging, like, you know, he really trying to fight us all, you know, he's not giving up. So they like finally left him alone. And when I found out, you know, like after they had left, that, you know, they slammed him on the floor. Like the boy was like, you know, unconscious, you know, like, he was just on the floor. Yeah, my friend was. Yeah, he was just laying on the floor, but I didn't notice that as I was just throwing punches everywhere. Yeah. I just saw him, you know, he had got hit one last time. After he had got slammed on the floor, and you know, the bathroom floor is like hard. It's hard. Yeah, bro. And you know, especially when you're already small size, somebody pick you up and throw you on that thing, forget it, bro. So he was unconscious on the floor. I was like checking if he was all right, and then man, those boys ain't evil, man. So they called a teacher. He was like, "Hey, Emmanuel just well, they didn't call me Tatu in school. My first name is Emmanuel, but you know, the family calls me Tatu. Yeah. But Emmanuel, he just beat up this kid, man. He beat him up. You know, he's unconscious on the floor. I was like, wow, bro. Like, you know, there was really
they pinned it on you.
Yeah, it was no witnesses to say I didn't do it, you know? So it's like my word against theirs, and they had 6 people, and everybody was on the same page. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, bro, I had got in trouble for that, man. You know, so my mom found this out. She was like, at first upset, you know, that I'm getting suspended out of school, and I just moved to a new school. Yeah. Like, just moved to the school, man. So not even a month in the school. I'm already suspended. Like, wow. You know, I felt so like discouraged, you know, that I disappointed my parents and stuff like that. And so my parents found out the truth. It was like, there was more, you know, understanding. It was like it's okay. You know, we're gonna figure this out. And so the punishment, not only the suspension they gave me, they sent me to Right Choices. It was this at that time it was like this military base alternative school or whatever. So they would just work you out to death. You know, as soon as you get to like, you know, get in there like 7:00. They were, bro. It was like basic training, bro. Like they was giving you very strenuous exercises. It was running. The uniform that was there, it wasn't their regular clothes, bro. It was just a sweatsuit, bro. Like sweat shirt, sweatpants, and sneakers. And it was just like it made me feel like you know, a juvenile delinquent, bro. Like it just made me feel something that I felt like I wasn't. Yeah. And so, you know, after we're working out, then we have class. And by that point, people were sleepy, bro. Like, you already done wore us out. And then now we got class, and, you know, got to pay attention in class and do what we have to do as a student. But I was still determined, though, because I used to see my classmates. I'm like, yo, the kids ain't serious for nothing. They want to spend every school year here. Like, I was like, nah, I can't do that, man. So I got to put strength in my self-focus and, you know, do everything that's required. Not knowing, you know, I had no clue that once you do all your work, and, you know, you take the finals and the EOG, as they called it at the time, you will pass, you get promoted to the next grade. You know, all you gotta do is just complete your work and stay consistent. Yeah. You know, in the classroom, man, and you'll get promoted. But I didn't know. I was just doing it because I didn't want to get in any more trouble. You know, and so I did that. Came back the next year, 7th grade. Everybody was like, just like they saw the Holy Ghost, bro. Just like they saw, just like they saw Jesus of Nazareth or something. Yeah, I was just walking through the school. Yeah, they were like, you're in 7th grade, like bro, you came to the school. You was not even there for a month. You know, not even there for a month, bro. And you got promoted. What? Nobody couldn't, you know, figure it out. Like, how it happened, you know. I'm like, yeah, you know, cause celebrity, what do you mean? Just like you said at the beginning of the interview. You know, the truth. So from that moment too, like, more respect came, bro. Like, more respect came, you know, that I was able to make things happen, you know, the way I did. And from that point on, middle school was a smooth experience, you know. Smooth experience. I started to like get real comfortable in class. Started talking a lot, you know, because I was having like more friends now. Yeah. Like talking a lot, feeling good about going to school. And then that's when I started to become a little bit class clown, right? Yeah, you know, that what things took a little turn. It wasn't just for defense no more. It was just in general, you know. Yeah, like people around me didn't start like, they didn't start rolling, bro. You know, and then that would like disrupt the class, and then the information would get back to my parents, and then my mom, she was ready for me, bro. When she got those reports, Jesus, man. Yeah, when she got those reports, it was bad, bro. It was bad. Like, shoot, I got out of the school bus, bro. My stomach just hurts at me, bro. I already know what it is when I get in that house. You know, we cause trouble in school, bro. She even, you know, She didn't even give me no sign or nothing. You know, I thought everything was all cool. Walked to the house. I was just scared. You know, walked to the house like, hey, Mom. It was like, how you doing? How you doing, son? How was school? I was like, it was good. Lie number one. Because I know, you know, the teacher told me he was going to, you know, send a report to them. So, I just added more kerosene to the fire, bro. When I said that first lie. Yeah, so yeah. So she made me do strength exercises, right? So yeah, I didn't really get like whooped like that. She gave me strength exercises, you know, run up the stairs 20 times up and down, back and forth. Oh, yeah, man. You know, if I stop, you know, she already had the fufu stick, which was like a spoon, you know, that you know, you mix fufu with, or whatever. You know, fufu is an African dish. It's usually, you know, served with stew or whatever. You eat it with your hands, or you know, who was like African American, so we ate it with a spoon. yeah. So so she had a fufu stick. She was like, "Your teacher, I heard the report where your teacher gave you causing trouble in school. Causing trouble in school. You play with me, I'll send you back to Liberia. You keep this up, you'll be sent back." You know what I mean? And it was possible for me to get sent back because I had my citizenship yet. You know what I'm saying? I could be sent back anytime for anything. You know what I mean? Whether it's the government doing it or my mom, you know, making it happen, or my dad, whatever. Like, it was still possible for me to get sent back. So I was scared, bro. I'm like, yeah, I gotta, you know, not only, you know, the strength exercises, run upstairs 20 times nonstop, and you know, like the book, like big, and at home, there was like big medical books, you know, in the bookshelf or whatever. When my parents, you know, was like in the medical field, nurses, you know, things like that. So they always have like a bunch of books in the bookshelf or whatever, like a book filled with different drug names and different diseases. You know, it was like basically like a, you know, medical library in there, and those books are thick, bro. Thick books, bro. Put it on one hand, boom. Put it on the other hand, boom. You sit down, you lift your leg up for hours, bro. Like at least 1 hour, you know, on a light day. You know, depending on how she feel it. The most I did it was like 2.5 hours, bro. Yeah, bro. When I'm talking about the samurai sweat that was coming off my face, bro. Like, man. Just balancing it, bro. You put your foot down. The fufu stick will go down too on your face. So yeah, bro. I was just holding that thing, bro, just like this, man. Just like this, just like sucking on a boat with heavy current in the water, bro. Just moving and swaying, bro. Just trying to keep my balance from you know, so I won't get struck by the fufu stick. And and then there was other exercise. It was called pump and tire, bro. You know, I know that one. Yeah, bro. They call it pump and tire, man. You know how you like you know, put the inner tube in and like use the thing, the manual pump to pump the tire. We would like go up and down. You know, hand on ear like this. Go up and down, like stand straight up and then squat. Stand straight up and squat. And we'll do like 2,000 you know, reps of pump and tire, bro. Crazy amount of strength exercises, man. But that was like some of the things that disciplined us to you know, especially for my case, and I be class clown, or at least have a limit to it, you know, or at least know, you know, there's a time and place. So I started realizing, you know, there's a time and place, you know, for everything.
Yeah,
early on.
And like you were saying, that's that tough love, man. And even you know how some of our other family is too, especially the women.
For sure.
They don't play, man.
No.
Because they, you know, they have like I feel like the women in our family have a gift, especially when they have children, and they're able to like, they think so highly of their children that they'll do anything to make sure that we stay on the right path. For sure. And even if they're not your kids, like,
it doesn't matter.
Auntie Meme,
it takes a village.
She even if it's not my mom, Auntie Meme, she'll make
they find out.
Sure. Man. And I remember Auntie Ramanita.
Oh my Jesus!
I want to have her on here,
bruh.
That would be
interview
crazy,
her,
man.
bruh.
That would be crazy, man.
I won't be the first viewer.
Yeah.
Yo,
I'm not
I won't
gonna
be the first viewer,
I'm
man.
not gonna say too much
I ain't gonna
about
lie.
her. But
Yeah.
if I can get her on here, man, that episode would be
But
crazy. Man.
crazy.
But yeah, I remember they were telling me, whatever woman I bring, that's why I'm kind of I'm like picky with who I like.
Who you bring home? Yeah,
I've never brought anybody to the family yet because I haven't found anybody. And not saying like they have to be like worthy,
right?
But with like I was saying, with our family, especially the women in our family, like they don't play, especially about. Obviously they care about the daughters, but especially about the men
too.
They don't play. So anybody you bring, like you got to have thick skin because
they going
because like I just said, Auntie Ramanita, she like if you can get through her,
you pretty much
So man,
pretty much will be good.
Yeah, so like,
she the first line defense.
She is.
Just like infantry, bro. Like she's imagine 5,000 Marines in one person, bro. Like she's the first line defense, bro. She gonna ask you the tough questions. She gonna get to know you, in her own way. And if she like you, it says a lot about who you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that tough love, man, and just the fact that we're able to know that it's out of love. It's not like, oh, we're just doing this because we want to, just because we like discipline.
Right.
They're actually they know that we're capable of doing great things.
Yeah.
So that's why they're doing that tough love, man.
Right.
And so just going back to that, with that tough love, man, and kind of like the combination of the tough love and the humor, but more specifically on the tough love, man, how, I guess you kind of already dove into that a little bit, but how did that, I guess, mold you into like where you are now?
It molded me tremendously, bro. Like, like everything I am now is because, of my parents and the rest of the villagers. Like,
man.
How I carry myself, how I stay out of trouble, how I treat others. It just formed me so much as an individual. So, I was just thinking about so many things right now, bro. Like, the way how it molded me. Wow. It definitely makes it easier for me to be likable as well. Yeah. It was like, not only he have me laughing hard, but like, his character is, is decent too, it's a good thing to have, bro. Cause when we leave this earth, those are the things that is gonna matter the most, bro. Like how the person character was while they was here. Yeah. Not the material things, not everything they was able to get, and all that's like their character, Yeah. Yeah. So, it's just it took me the right direction for sure. During the time, we was experiencing the discipline though, like it ain't feel good. Yeah. I was like, oh man, it didn't feel like walking the park or anything like that. When we got older, we was grateful for that. Yeah, not during the moments. I wasn't grateful during the moments. I rather things be peaceful, but it was just through my behavior, that's what led to the pumping tire, and all that other stuff.
Yeah, and I agree wholeheartedly, man. Like discipline doesn't feel good in the moment, but when you can look back and see how it helped you, and it helps you in different situations too. For
sure, yeah.
And then when you face like different situations in life and other things, you can look back on it and be like, well, that tough love, I don't want to let them down, so I got to make sure I'm doing the right thing. And, that's definitely a help, man. Cause you get to a point where you're old enough to where your parents can't make you pump tires anymore and stuff. So, you look back on that and it's like, well, I made a mistake, back then, and my dad made me pump tires.
Right.
But now they're not here to they're not gonna tell me to get down and pump tires now.
Right.
So I kind of gotta make sure that I'm doing the right thing, because you don't have that, I guess, that sense of security.
Right.
As like, you don't have that, I guess, that voice in the back of your head telling you, hey son, you need to do this. Hey dog, you need to do this. So yeah, it definitely helps, man. But going back to the discipline thing, it doesn't feel good in the moment, but it helps you later on.
Yes.
And at the beginning of this episode, you mentioned, God is with you and stuff.
Right.
So, throughout life and some of the situations and stuff, we know that God is a God who has tough love on us too, in a way. 'Cause,
yes.
He'll allow us to go through discipline, and it's always for a reason. He's not just gonna do it for no reason.
Exactly.
He's gonna make sure that we're on the right path, and he does it to make sure that we don't make that same mistake again. And when you sin, repenting isn't for God. It's really for us. It's just us saying, hey Lord, I'm sorry for what I've done. Please forgive me.
Yeah.
And it's meant to reconnect us in our relationship with God.
Right.
So,
because that's the the most important relationship. So
exactly.
Yeah, that has to be maintained first. Yeah.
Yeah. But my question to you is, now that you're older and it's not necessarily, your parents kind of being that tough love in a way anymore. I mean, they still are, of course.
Yeah, they definitely. Shoot, ain't that? Age ain't nothing but a number. Yeah, I will still pull up to the house. She'll be ready for me. Yeah.
But like you mentioned at the beginning of the episode about the Lord, how has God carried you and impacted you, as you've gone throughout your life, specifically your adult years, now that you're older, and, with more responsibilities and everything.
Right. So, we grew up, my siblings now, we grew up Catholic, right? Catholicism was within the top love family. It was generational, bro. It just was passed down. So was raised in the Catholic Church. Out of respect for our parents, we will go to church. We will do activities within church. I was an altar boy for so many years, in the Catholic Church, Our Lady of Constellation Catholic Church, and I was just going to church out of respect for my parents. I didn't really have a personal relationship with God yet. Until I was 18, 19, when I saw my sister, leave the Catholic Church, when I was 18, 19 years old. And, she moved to another church. It was a non-denomination church. And, I believe it was Charlotte Church of Christ, I believe. I may be wrong on the title, but I believe it's Charlotte Church of Christ. And I saw her do that, and it motivated me, to go visit that church. And through that, and the people that was within that church, they influenced me tremendously, to seek a relationship with the Lord. Through the things each of those members would do, how they would fellowship and how they were so relatable, bro. We had a lot of things in common, They talk about their experiences, and I was like, yeah, it happened to me too. You know what I mean? I definitely felt this way as well, and it just positively influenced me, to learn the Bible and to get baptized, and to live a life as a disciple, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've heard that before. I think, like you were saying before, it was kind of, you were going to church, for your parents and stuff.
Yeah, just out of respect for my parents.
Yeah. And for me, it was the same way too for a while.
Yeah.
Because it was even when I got my first job, the job was only on weekends.
Right.
And so, the only times we work was Saturday and Sunday. But my dad, he was like, nah, you're not working on Sunday. Don't you ever work on Sunday. You got to go to church.
Boom.
So I would only work on Saturdays.
Right.
Paycheck would come in. No money, man. No money.
None. That taxes video where you able to get $20.
Yeah, man. And it was a small job, just doing concession stand at the gym. Mm-hmm. And so, I would only work on Saturdays. But, I liked coming to church, but at the time, it was kind of more so out of respect. And then I feel like, and I was a part of this Christian organization at UNCC called M28.
Oh, wow.
I also had a guy on here. The episode hasn't come out yet at the time we're recording this.
Yeah.
But I had a guy on here. He was the director of M28. His name's Sam.
Oh, wow.
But at the time I was in it, he wasn't the director yet.
Yeah.
But something that he kind of showed me and some of the other people in there, a lot of the times the best way to introduce people to Christianity is to kind of invite them to like an event.
Definitely.
Because when if their first encounter is at church, although that's a good thing, sometimes it can be overwhelming.
Exactly.
Especially if you never experienced that before. You see everybody, singing, praying, some people down on their knees, praying and stuff. Yeah. It could be an experience like, oh, I never seen this before. This is weird. I don't want to come back here.
I saw, my sister, transfer over. So I'm really close to my older sister. I'm close to both of my sisters. And I saw her, move, and I was like, wow, let me see why she moved. Yeah. And then that led to,
And that's where I was getting at, man. Because if you're going to church or trying to do the Christian thing for somebody else, and that's including your parents, the relationship, your Christian, like your relationship with God is between two parties, you and God. Mm-hmm. It can't be you and then your parents are in the middle and then God, because it's never gonna. The connection is always gonna be blocked
for sure
because your parents are in the middle, and that's nothing against the parents.
Parents, no,
but
not at all.
Once you make that choice to kind of, okay, let me build the relationship instead of my parents trying to build it for me, then that's when you'll see the change. And so, that's even something I have with relationships as well. And this is nothing against a lot the people in this world,
for sure.
People who aren't Christian, nothing against them at all.
Right.
But when I'm like, looking for a potential wife,
definitely.
The wife that I feel like God's called me to be married to, I wouldn't have to, preach to her,
Right.
I feel like this is a difficult thing for a lot of people to say that, I just can't see myself marrying someone who's not a Christian. Yeah. And like I was saying, it's not, I'm not trying to judge. I'm not trying to, be mean or anything or say that I'm any better than them.
No.
But it's just the way that I feel like I need to live my life, that God has called me to live my life. I would only be able to do that with a woman who is a believer. For sure. And so the reason I'm saying that is because your relationship with God needs to be between you and God. And so I don't want to, the woman I don't want to be in between her and God. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be like, oh, I think you should be a Christian and stuff like, and obviously you can minister to people. You can tell people, hey, Christianity is awesome. And you have this relationship with God. Jesus died for your sins. But when I get into like marriage and stuff, you have the right. Yeah, you have the, when you getting married, you have the right to
choose the partner that best fit, you know, you and your lifestyle, you know, like it's a very, very important thing. You know, it's nothing against nobody else.
Yeah.
At all. It's you know, you're with this person for life. So it has to, you know, you have to be very careful you choose, for sure. You know, you owe that to yourself. You owe that to God. So
yeah. So I sometimes, you know, I guess separating from something that you've known for a while, and you know, like you were saying, you saw your sister go to the other church, and you know, that kind of led you to venture out too,
right?
And, you know, that helped you, and that was a major integral part, and you know, setting up that relationship with you and the Lord. That's awesome, man.
That's a critical moment.
Yeah, man. And you know how this family is too, you know. Family is, we have a very believing family.
For sure.
Even when we're all gathered together at grandma's or something, we're having a cookout. I love prayer, but sometimes the prayers be long, man.
Like, depending on who's praying, bro. You know, when the prayer get into some people's hands, they can misuse it, bro. They can misuse it badly.
Food gets cold by the time.
Bro. What? Yeah, so well, they say, oh, this individual prayer, please pass it to pass it to the other relative. I beg you, please. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, man. So that's what's up, man. So you know, I know we're getting to the end, bro, but you know, I guess before we head out, you know, to the people, man, what's one piece of advice that you can give anybody that they can just take and, you know, live their life with it, man?
I would say, you know, never stop personal development, you know. Develop yourself the best way you can, you know. Never stop, you know, improving. That's what I would say. Continue personal development.
That's what's up, man. But you know, I appreciate you, man. I know you had a pretty long drive getting here and stuff.
Right, yes, bro. Way from the country, bro. Yeah. I moved out of the city, man. I was in Charlotte forever. I'm in Salisbury now, and it's a hike from a lot of the moves. Yeah.
I remember that one Thanksgiving at Uncle Teddy Boy's house. So you came, you're like,
oh my God.
It's a long drive, man. Bro,
yeah, man. I was so mad, bro. Because I just put my last $20 gas in the car, bro. My last money I had in my wallet into the gas tank, thinking it was going to last me at least a few days. And it only last me to the man house. I was so mad, bro. I was so mad at that nonsense, bro. Yeah, but I had funny, to just, man. I just wanted to come, you know, see the family. So I did. But I really was slapping myself for doing that stuff, yo. I ain't going to lie, bro. Because that was my last. I'm telling you, I was far from where I was at. You know, at that point. So, man, the first people that was outside were like you, Josh, and, you know, the others and stuff like that, man. Yeah. Yo, y'all definitely got a piece of my mind. Y'all was rolling.
Yeah. Like I was saying, man, I appreciate you.
Oh, for sure.
Being on here, man.
Definitely,
and,
man. You know, I wanted to support big time.
Yeah.
You know, I saw the interview with Josh, and it inspired me, bro. Like, it really, you know, motivated me to things, you know, both of y'all talked about. So I was like, I reached out to you. I'm like, man, you know, if you can get me on anytime, bro, like, I would really appreciate it. It'll help me out, you know, internally, you know, by a lot. So, yeah, I'm grateful you did, man. Thank you so much for
no problem,
sure.
man. I appreciate you, and I definitely have you back on in
the
future, man. But you know, appreciate you for being on here.
Yes.
For anybody who's tuned in, thank you for listening. Anybody who's, you know, to listen to the whole episode, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
You know, I appreciate the support. And like I said at the beginning, if you're listening on any of the streaming platforms, that's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, make sure to hit the follow button. Make sure to leave a rating and a review. That'll mean a lot to me. That'll mean a lot to, you know, everybody involved in this platform.
Yes, including myself too. I'm gonna do that as soon as I leave. I ain't even see. Wow, a real bad cousin, bro. Like I didn't even do all that stuff yet, bro.
You good, man?
Yeah, man. I gotta talk to myself today. later on I'm gonna leave from here, bro. Yeah, about that. Yeah,
You good? Man. You good, man.
I gotta do that for sure.
But, again, appreciate that. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, like the video. And just the support. Tell me what you think about each episode. Tell me what you think about this episode. That'll mean a lot, and it'll help get us, more in the algorithm and help more people see this, because I feel like God is doing something great here, and He's going to have a true impact on a lot of people by listening to this.
Amen.
So, please do that. You could also follow us on Instagram. We're at UR Story Podcast. That's the letter U, the letter R, Story Podcast on Instagram. I just post some of the clips on there and just some things that you can see, sneak peeks, and just to kind of give like a sneak peek to listen to the full episode. So make sure you do that and follow that. And that's everything. So I also have another platform. It's called thereclassified.com. I just put other blogs on there, some things that God has put in my heart to share.
Yeah.
So that's just some other things too. I'm going to try to start doing that more often. But yeah, so again, appreciate all of y'all for the support. Thank you again, Tatu, for being here, man. I appreciate it.
Boy. You didn't know my brother.
Appreciate it, man. And, again, thank y'all all, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace out, bro.